Okay, so the theme that I want to do for this sculpture is obviously a musical theme, more so Afro Cuban. I'm looking at Havana nights, music on the streets, music in the clubs, in the cantinas. I want to give this guy a stage. So that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm just going to have to pick out his stage. Man, I love this.
The first step I do is to pick a backdrop, and the backdrop I wanted to pick was something dark to signify the night and to have something reflecting off it, so something nice and shiny. Next step is to think about the tools to help shape this shot. First, I thought about the fabric that's going to be on the stage. Next, I was thinking about the lights I'm going to be using to help shape the shots, which are the key light, the fill light, and the backlight. I also decided to use some modifiers like gels to help shape the mood. Another modifier I used are softboxes to create a more romantic feel, as well as some speedlight triggers. And last but most importantly, the subject of our photo. Now we can assemble our tools and create the stage and the scene that we want to shoot. First off, we have the fabric that I picked out, which is a bit glossy, and I kind of wrinkled it a bit so I can give it a bit of texture as well as create the mood. I placed our subject at around 45 degrees so you can see the detail as well, give it some depth. The first light I placed was actually the key light, which I put to the left of the subject so it can catch some nice specular lights on the hat as well as on the saxophone and as well as in the drum of the saxophone. The next light I placed was the main light with a blue gel. I put this to the right of the character so that you can see the saxophone as well as the details in the face. The final light that I placed was the backlight, which was modified with orange gel to contrast with the blue gel with the main light. Now, if you put these all together, then what you should be getting out of camera without any kind of modification is an image like this. And now I'm off to post-processing in Lightroom and Photoshop. Welcome to Lightroom, where I've now imported all the raw photos that I need to edit to create this masterpiece. First thing I have is the base photo that I'm going to be using, as well as from the fill light. I also have the blue light that I'm going to be using, as well as I took an extra shot just so that I can get more detail in the face and isolate just the blue. And lastly, the final shot, where it's just isolating the red. Now that I have all my shots, the only correction I'm going to do is a profile correction when it comes to my lenses, as well as chromatic aberrations. Copy and paste them to each and every one of those raw photos, and then export them to Photoshop, where I'll continue the post-production. Now that I'm in Photoshop, I'm not going to go through all the details of what I did or all my procedures because they just take too long and I don't really keep notes of what I do. Simply, I just made sure that anything that looked like it was kind of out of place or too distracting, I would be able to get rid of it just so that there was more focus on the saxophone player, make him pop more, have him contrasted more, and just so that it was a well-balanced image. Something inviting, something that would make you think. Now, after all that muss and fuss, this is what came out of it.
So that is my method of madness to create product photography video. I hope it is entertaining. I hope it is educational. All the good things that all videos are supposed to be. This is the first video on this channel, so share it, like it, subscribe it, jump up for joy, ring a bell, knock on a door. Anyways, yeah, cheers.